This week's DCTV Blue is going to be pretty varied. We got interrogations, breaking news gone wrong.
Jazz, sports, and promotions. Should be a pretty exciting show this week.
Absolutely. With that being said, let's get straight into it.
Welcome to DCTV Blue. I'm your host, Ivory.
And I'm your co-host with the most, Cooper. Oh shoot, I forgot. I need to go interrogate someone. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put you away for a long time, mister. I cannot believe you. We caught you with 12 pounds of Play-Doh, all stolen from Walmart with no receipt.
Yeah, I kind of like the color green in Play-Doh. It's got a unique flavor compared to the other ones.
Did you say flavor?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea the financial circumstances you put Walmart in? 13 pounds. That's their entire stock of orange Play-Doh. Not only that, you took the green stuff too. That's the best one. How is everyone else supposed to buy the Play-Doh now? You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna put you away for the rest of your miserable freaking life, brother.
Like, in like a playpen? Like, is there gonna be foam in there? Like the little carpet guys? Where you could put the letters in and take them out. You know, the little bell toys, teething rings, warm milk.
Actually, yes. I'm gonna lock you up in a playpen for a really long time. I mean, that part's up to the judge, but it'll be a long time. But your one punishment, your milk is cold.
Well, if you got the money for a playpen, why don't you got the money for a microwave? Why can't you just warm up my milk? That's the only way I fall asleep at night. Please?
It's your punishment.
I didn't want my Play-Doh.
You know what? Screw your freaking Play-Doh. I'm done with this stupid case. I'm out of here.
So, does that mean I get to keep it?
Oh man, what a waste of time.
I think she's guilty. We got another comedy already, so let's dial into the madness. This news report gone wrong.
Breaking news. 2 more victims claimed by the infamous ginger snapper, the murderer who has been doing a really good job at lowering the property value.
The 2 victims were our prior hosts, Jonah Von Switzelberger and Pete Nish. Who's gonna tell me about this?
Didn't you hear? They were found backstage. Honestly, I don't get why it's being treated as this tragic event. The less gingers, the better, I'd say.
Anyway, that doesn't make any sense. The last people to be here were me, you, and... Wait, I get it. The real killer. The one behind it all. It's...
Oh wow, look at this chucklehead napping on the job. Well anyways, in other news, our replacement anchor, PJ, RJ, CJ, DJ, BJ Buckshank has been found dead. What a tragedy.
Man, this guy's dead. The news would love to hear about this. I am at the right place at the right time.
Oh my god, my head. Oh my god!
Not until this one's done.
Like that.
Being dead kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie.
Can't relate. I'm immortal. Now anyway, let's rev up those spotlights into the MVPs of Decatur Central's fall sports athletes.
Today, we're going to be talking about all the fall sports. We're going to be talking about soccer, tennis, cheer, football, and finally volleyball. The boys soccer team had an impressive season going 7-6-2, falling short to Ben Davis in the first round. One of our top performers was Uzi Garcia, coming in second place in the mid-state for having 31 points. Also, Uzi came in second place in the mid-state for having over 13 goals. Also, his teammate Santiago Angel had third in the mid-state for 83 saves. Speaking of soccer, girls soccer had a decent season going 2-12-1. Now into girls volleyball. They had a semi-impressive season going 11-17, falling short to the Mooresville Pioneers in the first round. Janie Tweeney also led the team in assists, was going second in mid-state for having over 437 assists. Mariah Hardward led the team in 199 kills and 69 blocks. Another popular sport right now in the Decatur Central community is the football team. Their current record is 7-2, having an impressive playoff win up against Whiteland, 28-14. Now, with the remaining fall sports, our correspondent, Avery Thompson.
Hi, I'm Avery, and this is Spotlight MVP. Decatur sports have had a great fall season this year. Today, we'll be interviewing a few of our coaches and athletes on their opinions of this season.
So for us overall, we had a pretty positive season. We recorded a 7-6-2 record, which really makes it our first winning season in program history, which is a huge step forward for us. We also went on a 7-game unbeaten streak, which also is a program record for us. We also recorded our first wins against Franklin in over 10 years. Went on the road at Whiteland and got a result there for the first time in over 10 years. And really kind of looking at the competition against throughout the season. Played some really good teams, and we have really shown that we can compete at a very high level. So kind of looking overall, for us, we played against 4 sectional title champions, and we currently have got 2 in semi-state. Did the same over the summer, so a very competitive squad, and like I said, we showed that we could compete against some of the best teams in Central Indiana.
Wasn't that such a great interview? Thank you, Mr. Winicki. Now for our next interview, we'll be speaking to our boys tennis coach, Mr. Holzer.
The season was a rebuild for us. We started with a lack of losing 13 seniors from last year, so it was very much a rebuild. We had to figure out a very new lineup, and we only had 1 returning varsity player. So it was a lot of figuring out, okay, who's going to take on these really tough positions, and what's the season going to look like, and how many players are going to jump from JV to varsity. But we ended up having a pretty good season overall. I think we weren't expecting to win as many matches as we did. At least I didn't. But I didn't want to have a season where we didn't win, period. Which I think is normal, but we ended up pulling off quite a few matches. We had some matches that were really close, that normally weren't really close for us, and we ended up having a solid outcome at the end. We actually pulled through and had a couple people advance on their own individually. We had one of our one singles players actually move out of the sectional tournament, even though the team didn't win their match. He ended up moving on individually, and he competed against somebody that ended up moving on to state their own. So it ended up being pretty solid, I think. Wasn't as winning, like, if you will, as last year and the year before, but we definitely made lemonade with the lemons that we had, for sure. Yeah.
Boys tennis has had a great season this year. Another one of our teams who has accomplished so much this season is our cheer team. Next, we'll hear from one of our cheerleaders, Faith Winslick, on her opinions of this cheer season.
This year, we've done a lot of growth. We've had a lot of growth. And we've started practicing more and have more in-depth practices, working on stunts and cheers. And then for our comm squad this year, we won state fair in our division and had overall high score. And we are also going to state on November 9th. Should be there. I am super proud of the cheer team this year, and I can't wait to see what happens during basketball season.
This was my first season cheering in high school, and I liked it a lot. I made a lot of good memories with my cheer team, and I loved cheering at the games with them. We learned a bunch of new cheers and stunts, which I haven't learned. And I'm going to do basketball season for the first time, which is definitely weird for me because I usually play basketball, but cheer season is so fun, and you should join if you're thinking about it.
Hi. This helmet's really heavy.
I'm tired. Let's do the toss, if I can get up.
Now for football.
Well, so far it's been a pretty good season. We finished the regular season 6-2, and we did have a kind of a tie where we played a half of a game. So all in all, pretty good season. We are in the Mid-State Conference, as the rest of the sports teams are here, and we were able to go 6-1 in the conference and share the conference championship with Plainfield and Martinsville, who also went 6-1. So anytime you can win a conference championship, that's a good thing. We've won it 8 out of the last 9 years in football, so really proud of that, proud of our kids. But it's been a really good season. I would say some standouts for us on offensive side of the ball would probably be Casimir Hicks, who has had a great season receiving. He has about 750 yards receiving in 9 games, which is pretty remarkable. Bo Polston has done a great job this year playing quarterback for us. He's got 16 touchdown passes and only 3 interceptions, so that's a really good season. And then Pharrell Carter, Napo Dodo, and Hunter Harvey have had great seasons as well offensively. Our offensive line, led by Alec Surber and Tyler Cooper, have done a great job this year. James Gibson is our center, and he's a senior, one of the only seniors on the offensive side of the ball, and he's stepped in and done a great job, along with Mason Miller and Caden Capps. So Bonowitz, kind of our all-around guy that does a lot of things on offense, defense, and special teams. So he's been a big part of that as well. And then Carson Eisen is another receiver who's done a great job for us on offense. On the defensive side of the ball, Braden Smith has 97 tackles, which is closing in on Albert Aguirre's record from last year if he has a couple big games here in the playoffs, and we're lucky enough to continue on. But he's had a great year, along with our safety Braylon Morris and our corners Kaz Hicks and Pharrell Carter. Erica Manfo at safety has done a great job. Colton Eisen has stepped in along with Chris Hill as 2 young guys who have seen a lot of time on the defensive side of the ball. Bryson Bonowit, again, has had a great season. And then Michael Campbell on the defensive line, kind of edge rusher, has 10.5 sacks on the year, which is amazing. BJ Johnson and John Rowling are 2 young guys, sophomores, that have stepped in and done a great job for us as well. And then some other defensive linemen, Maurice Carter, Bobby Eastis, Caden Cole, 3 big guys in the middle along with Shanks, kind of lead our defense. And then in the special teams, Ashton Vogel's amazing. living up to his Max Preps All-American status from last year. Kicked a game-winning field goal against Perry Meridian as the time ran out, 46-yarder. And just a great young man and a great leader for us. It's been a great season. Those are some of the standouts. I'm sure I'm leaving someone out. I hope not. Really proud of our kids, and hopefully we can move into the playoffs and make get a couple more wins and make another trip to Lucas Oil like we did last year. That would be great.
As you can see, Decatur has had a pretty successful year so far. We hope to see you come out to support our Hawks this upcoming winter season. Again, I'm Avery Thompson, and this is Spotlight MVP.
Thanks, Avery. You and your team did a great job.
They always do.
Up next, here's Elijah promoting Winter Guard.
Hey guys, have you guys ever been bored at school or even at home? Well, here's a thing for you, Winter Guard. You should definitely join. We have lots of fun and it will cure your... Hey guys, are you guys wondering what Color Guard is? Well, it's a fun sport where you learn new skills, and if you enjoy dancing and performing, well, this is the right place for you. If you guys are wondering when to try out, November 13th and 14th, please come.
That was super cool.
And before we leave you today, we wanted to end the show with some of the smoothest jazz you will ever hear.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next week for DCTV Gold.
Go Jazz!
Thank you.